Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back. Glad you're here today. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make you a little extra cash on your homestead. Anybody that lives this life knows that homesteading, farming, whatever you want to call it, it ain't cheap. I ain't trying to discourage anybody that's looking to get into it, but you know, there are costs involved for different things. And of course, we have a lot of animals, so you know, that plays into it. But just to kind of supplement the homestead, mine and my husband's goals is one of these days, this is gonna, you know, keep us up more than it is now anyway. You know, I work part-time, he still works full-time plus some, so we're just trying to figure out different ways to bring in more money. So I'm going to explain to y'all today something we're doing this year, and it's been easy, a very easy way to bring in a little extra income. Anybody that's brand spanking new to this game, you know, you may have in your mind, if you build it, they will come. Well, in my experience, you know, everybody's experience is different, but in my experience, it's not so much the case, okay? We're going on year 3 of trying to make money off of our property here, off our land, vegetables and different things. We've always gardened, we've always, you know, done stuff like this, but we're new to trying to make money at it, like I said, going on year 3. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, especially in this super rural area that I live in. Everybody and their brother has chickens. Everybody and their brother grows a garden. So you can imagine the challenges that I've run into trying to sell farm fresh produce, farm fresh eggs, etc. So in this world that we live in, we are spoilt, rotten individuals. And I'm not just talking about pointing fingers at you all, I'm talking about myself as well. When we go to the grocery store, everything is right there. Everything you could ever want. All the vegetables, all the meat, everything you could ever want is there. So, you know, it's a hard transition for people to have to run to this farm and that farm and, you know, here and there and yonder to get one item here, one item there, so on and so forth. You know, because that's not convenient. You're spending a half a day getting food, whereas you could go to the grocery store, run in there, be in there an hour, and come out and have everything you need. So I got to thinking on that. And I was reading a Joel Salatin book talking about stuff like that, and come up with this idea that I've got going on here. So the first year I tried like a roadside stand here at home. I did okay, you know, I sold a tomato here and there and different things, a few green beans here and there, nothing to exactly brag about, but tried that, you know, like I said, most I made on a weekend, I think one time was, I think I made $50 one weekend. But it was just one weekend. Like, there were some weekends I'd make $2, you know. And so, last year, I thought I'd try the farmer's market scene. I am a homebody, okay? Like, when I'm off work, I don't really ever leave this place right here. I did a farmer's market 3 weekends in a row. A local one here, and that was okay. I mean, I did decent at the farmer's market to be a new face, you know, that in the particular area I was in is more of a touristy area around here, so didn't really see people I knew, but I did okay. But I realized real quick that that was not my jam, like getting up that early in the morning, packing everything up, like trying to save all your produce till that day and like take all this stuff with you, and if you don't sell it all, load it up and bring it back home, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that love farmers markets and do them all the time. It just is not for me. So if this is kind of sounding familiar to you, you know, to your situation, you might want to listen up. So I got to thinking on, you know, from a consumer mindset on what I could do for my community here, for the folks that don't grow a garden and have chickens and everything, but don't want to go just drive all the way here for just a tomato or two, you know. I got to researching CSA boxes, you know, that a lot of people do, and there's not really any in this particular area that I live. There are some that are offered about 30 minutes away or so. So usually with a CSA box, you pay one lump sum up front for the whole season. You know, this being my first year, I didn't really want to do that either, but I like the idea. So what I'm doing this year is produce boxes. I'm giving people, I only took 10 customers. So, you know, when people think about doing stuff like that, you think you've got to have like all this produce and all these customers and everything. Well, I took 10. You can go with the way that I'm doing it. You could have 2 people if you wanted to, you know, just 2 people that come and dedicate once a week. I've got a dedicated day, which is actually tonight, that people come and pick up their boxes, these certain people. Now, those people are my priority as far as produce and eggs and everything go, because they have agreed to come pick up this produce box once a week. So they're not only getting produce in my boxes, they also get a dozen eggs and they get a chicken every other week. So when they come to my house to pick up their items, you know, it's almost like they've gone to the grocery store, except they're getting this local farm fresh stuff. They see the farm that it's coming off of when they pull up in here to get their stuff. And I think that really means a lot to people. Instead of, you know, people want to support you, but it's hard, like I said, running here and there and yonder, getting this and that, and just a few little things here and there. So that's what I'm doing this year on the farm, and so far so good. My only concern is that I'm going to continue to keep it up. So what, you know, through the season, because I'm wanting to at least go through September with this. So we've been doing a lot of succession planting. When something gets done, we're plowing it up and planting something else. I've got late cucumbers planted, late green beans, crowner peas that are coming in now, and then late crowner peas. So this has really worked out good. This model that I didn't really make it up. I just kind of took a CSA box and kind of changed it up a little bit. But it's worked out good so far. Everybody seems happy. And I've got kind of a steady income coming in, which I give them the option to pay by the month or pay by the week. Most people are paying by the week, which is fine. I just tell them, you know, in the rules that they agreed to, that they have to let me know 24 hours ahead of time if they're not going to come, because what I do is I sell bulk produce during the other days, you know, by the bushel or by the half bushel with the cucumbers and different things like that, green beans. But then the people that are getting their produce boxes from me, their produce is picked day of. They get the freshest product possible. And I also put a little personal touch on it. So if you're thinking about doing something like this with your farm, people love personalized touches. So I type up a little paper every week and I put a new recipe on it of something that uses something in the box. And then I also, if there's something weird in the box, I try to make that the recipe that I include, but also I put what that weird item is called. If there's a couple of weird things, you know, like I did the Purple Majesty potatoes, and I've got sunburst squash in there today. So I'll put all that down for them. so they know the name of it. So if they do want to Google a recipe for what they've got in their box, they know what it's called. So this, like I said, is just, I ain't making a killing. I am by no means making a killing, but it's better than me going through, I mean, for me, everybody's different. It's better than me going through all the trouble, going to a farmer's market, or going through all the trouble picking all this stuff for a weekend and sitting out here and not going anywhere because I'm just making sure nobody's pulling up to get their produce. I don't have a good way to keep stuff cold outside, so I couldn't, the honesty system, like I do that with eggs occasionally in the cooler, but for produce, I don't want to leave cucumbers sitting out here in the hot in an honor system and somebody pull up to get cucumbers and they get wilted cucumbers, you know what I mean? So doing it this way, I'm getting rid of my produce, so it's not going to waste. I'm helping my community. This is what we started all this to start with. I feel like I'm helping some families, you know, provide them with fresh, you know, better than organic produce, and the chicken and the eggs, the pasture-raised eggs. So if this is something that you do on your farm, please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear like how your system works, what you're doing. So maybe we can learn from each other, because this is, you know, I'm just getting my feet wet this year with this. I wanted to see how it went and maybe expand next year if it goes good. But so far, and people, they come, like I said, they come here and pick it up. I don't go anywhere. I make the boxes that day and they come here. They have a set time frame. They come here and pick them up. But if you have any suggestions for me, I would love to hear them. Y'all don't laugh at me. These beans up here. Ugh. Like you might have seen in other videos, I am not the tallest person in the world. So on this trellis, they can be difficult sometimes. But I've just been real pleased with how everything's going this year, and I hope my customers are as well. Everybody, I've been getting a lot of good feedback, and I try to make my boxes colorful. I try to give them a good variety of you know, things that they can eat throughout the week. Just wanted to show everybody this is my finished product. I put everything out here on the table. They just kind of drive up in my driveway, stop and get their box, pay me, and get their food. If this video helped you out any or gave you any good ideas, please let me know in the comments, and share this video if you think, or you know someone that it may help. Give them some ideas. And of course, these green beans are going to be for our supper tonight. So I'm going to get these strung and in the pots, and I try to stay in touch with my customers. I have everybody's phone number. You know, they let me know if they're not coming, so that way I know what to pick, what not to pick, how many boxes to make. It's just really worked out well, and I think it's a good way for anybody that has any little bit of garden, because let's face it, we all have extra at some point or another, and it's just a good way to make a little extra money that is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like a constant stream. Like it's not, oh, I hope I do good, you know, at the market this week. It's a constant stream of income coming in for the farm to cover some of our costs. So anyways, like, subscribe, and share if you would, and I will talk to y'all next time.